Welcome. In today's video, we go through a paper to back up the video titled Manuscript Fundamentals. We are about to discuss the effects of microinsurance on the financial resilience of low-income households in Ghana. Evidence from a propensity score matching analysis. Here we have the name of the main author. He is the Youth Finance Platform Manager. We have the name of the second author, is the former PAD supervisor of the main author. Then we have the third author name, which is me. So when we move to the abstract section, the abstract section starts by introducing the theory of the paper, which goes this way. Microinsurance provides a safety net against economic uncertainty and promotes financial inclusion for the poor, hence fortifies the financial resilience of low-income households. Then the abstract introduces the country being studied, which is Ghana. So it's microinsurance adoption in Ghana, informal sector. Then we have the objective of the study, the data set, the model used, and the findings. So the study assesses the impact of microinsurance on the financial resilience of the poor in Ghana on 1,453 households from 3 different regions using propensity score matching, probate and probate instrumental viable techniques. And the study finds that microinsurance adoption improves the financial resilience of the poor and reduces dependence on precautionary savings. Beneath the abstract, we have our 6 keywords. Okay, before we move to the introduction section, here is the name of the corresponding author, his email address, and then his affiliation at the time he started writing the paper. So when we come to the introduction section, so the first paragraph is about discovering what we know. So we know that population in the informal sector in Ghana are mostly self-employed. While engaging in various activities, they often face economic shocks such as illness, crop failure, and job loss. Which keeps them in a poverty cycle due to lack of access to financial services and social security schemes. To mitigate this risk and improve their financial well-being, microinsurance has been proposed as a potential solution. So how do we know that microinsurance can help in fighting against economic shocks faced by workers in the informal sector? So we are here. Microinsurance provides coverage to low-income households. Microinsurance policies cover health, life, crop, and livestock risk insurance. Studies have shown that microinsurance can increase access to health care and improve health outcomes, particularly among low-income households. It allows households to manage unexpected expenses while still maintaining consumption levels. Microinsurance is a valuable tool for low-income households to manage financial risk, allowing them to invest in and expand their businesses, ultimately increasing their income. So what do we not know about microinsurance in covering workers in the informal sector? So we are here. Microinsurance reduces the financial vulnerability of low-income households and promotes financial resilience. Financial resilience is the ability to cope with or recover from financial difficulties. It is argued that factors such as managing expenses, maintaining control over finances, having a financial backup, dealing with unexpected financial setbacks or stress, and having a sound financial plan all contribute to financial resilience measurement. By managing financial risk through microinsurance, households can ensure a stable standard of living over time. So, why should we care? Why should we analyze or assess the effect of microinsurance on the financial resilience of low income? We are here. So, despite the existing literature on microinsurance, a noticeable research gap persists on understanding its impact on the financial resilience of the poor, particularly concerning income and precautionary savings. We come down here. Therefore, this study addresses this gap, offering insights into the intricate dynamics of microinsurance and its role in enhancing the financial resilience of low-income individuals as proxied by both income and precautionary savings. We are now the literature review section, and the literature review section here is made of 19 relevant papers, and a literature review always tells a story. So the literature review story goes this way. Low-income households face income risk and uses self-insurance strategies to manage shocks. However, self-insurance costs can significantly increase household financial burden, thereby intensifying the impact of shocks. Thanks to microinsurance, poor households can manage their income risk while still having access to financial services. The most direct impact of microinsurance cover on the income of households is reduction in out-of-pocket expenditures. Microinsurance can help individuals avoid poverty and its associated hardships, with benefits such as asset accumulation and consumption smoothing. Insured individuals are less reliant on emergency borrowing and have more predictable and reliable expenditure levels, impacting physical and human capital expenditures and loan repayments rates. Microinsurance exerts a statistically significant positive impact on the income levels of low-income households. This suggests that microinsurance as a risk transfer mechanism empowers households to escape poverty and sustain welfare gains by improving financial resilience. So when we come to the decision to be insured, still under the literature review section, the story goes this way. Ex ante and exposed measures are two categories available for low-income households when navigating financial challenges arising from unforeseen events. Ex ante measure is a measure taken before events occur, like insurance. So it aims to mitigate potential losses in the face of risk. When adopting and choosing a microinsurance policy, individuals weigh the product's utility as a key factor, with maximized utility encouraging greater take-up. Determinants of microinsurance uptake include trust in insurance mechanisms, information accessibility, cost-benefit considerations, and cultural and social factors. Cultural benefits, cultural beliefs, and social networks also play a crucial role. Education significantly influences the decision to purchase insurance, with higher education levels enhancing financial literacy and insurance demand. So the literature review ends by proposing two hypotheses, being first, macro Microinsurance adopters exhibit greater financial resilience through higher income levels. Second, microinsurance adoption reduces reliance on self-insurance strategies proxied by precautionary savings. So we have a table one here, displaying the summary of the literature review. It's down here. Yeah, here, table 1. So we move to the methodology section. And here we start with the data sampling. The data sampling is comprises of two stages. So the first stage is where we choose the regions. So we chose 3 regions out of 16 regions in Ghana. So those regions they are here. So we have Greater Accra, Ashanti, and Central region. So we chose those 3 regions because most poor, less educated, and unskilled people travel to those 3 regions for greener pastures. Okay, so we are here. Here. And then we choosing those regions also help account for the cultural, the religious, and economic differences among the poor living and working in the informal sector. So now in the second stage, we chose the 2 markets from each of the 3 regions. I'm about to actually mispronounce the market, but I have to pronounce them, so please bear with me. In the Ashanti region, we chose Kejecha and Batama markets. For the Greater Accra region, we have Makola and Kanishi markets. And for the Central region, we have Koto, Kuraba, and Elmina markets. So these 6 markets were chosen because the actors share characters with those in the informal sector and have real estate in the market areas, making them particularly vulnerable to physical risks such as fire, water, and robbery. So below we have the formula of the sample size, followed by the table 2, table 2 here. Yeah, the table 2 here, which shows the population of the study per region and its percentage. So when we come to the data collection here, we used a questionnaire to collect data. This is referring to as primary data collection. The questionnaire was divided into 4 sections. The first section focused on the respondents' demography. The second section examined the perceptions of insurance and financial institutions. The third section focused on the operation of and demand for microinsurance in the informal sector. And the fourth section had to do with asset accumulation and consumption smoothing. So when we come to the main objective, this is the main objective. We are assessing the impact of microinsurance on the financial resilience of low-income households. So for us to do that, we had to come up with proxies for financial resilience. So we used income and precautionary savings, both to proxy for financial resilience. And we applied propensity score matching, so to assess the impact of microinsurance on the financial resilience of low-income households. So since the propensity score matching, it has to do with both the treatments and the control groups. So we have our equation 1 here. The equation 1 represents the probability of being part of the treatments given pre-treatment characteristic, and we know that the treatment group here is the microinsurance adopters. So when we come to the model specification, we have, so for the model specification, the first step in estimating the propensity score matching is to first estimate the effect of microinsurance on the financial resilience through the two proxies, being the income. So here, the effect of microinsurance on financial resilience through income first. And for that, we use the probate model. And we have our equation 2 here, then equation 3 here, with equation 4 being our main equation, where we can find the dependent variable, which is the log income, and then the independent variables are here. We have microinsurance assets, trust, microinsurance term trust, which is the interaction between the microinsurance adoption and the trust in the financial sector. Then we also have the age, the years of education, and the household ownership. So this is just the error term, and this is our constant. So when we move now to checking the effects of microinsurance on the financial resilience now through precautionary savings, which is the second proxy, we are here now. So we express the decision to save towards risk as 1 if the individual saves with insurance to mitigate risk, and 0 if the individual does not save with insurance to mitigate risk. So we have our equation 5 here, equation 6 here, with equation 7 being the main equation, and we have the dependent variable, which is precautionary saving, and then the independent variables are here. We have microinsurance assets, log income, trust, the interaction, years of education, and marriage. So when we move to the descriptive statistics here and the pairwise correlations, these two Subsections usually start the results section, but we do have exception. It's the case of this paper where we have them under the methodology section. So table 4, and then table 5 presents the descriptive statistics and pairwise and correlation respectively. So we have the table. Yeah, so the table 4 and table 5. So the descriptive statistics suggest that the mean income is higher among microinsurance. So yeah, descriptive statistics. The descriptive statistics suggest that the mean income is higher among microinsurance adopters than non-adopters. However, precautionary savings are more predominant among non-adopters than among microinsurance adopters. So when we come to the pairwise correlation, the pairwise correlation suggests that the variables used in the study have no multicollinearity. We know that we conduct correlation on independent variables only, and then multicollinearity occurs when the correlation between the independent variables in the regression model is high, thus causing complication in modeling and analyzing the data. So table 3 presents the expected sign of the various variables being used in the study. So we come to the results section. We have table 6. Okay, this is table 4, summary statistic, table 5, pairwise correlation. Yeah, so the table 6 is here. So the table 6 presents outcome from the sub-objective, the effect of microinsurance on the financial resilience through the income. And then the Tobit instrumental variable model results suggest that microinsurance is an effective tool for improving the financial resilience of the poor. Therefore, policymakers should consider expanding access to microinsurance to reduce poverty and improve economic outcomes in disadvantaged populations. So we move to the second sub objective, which is the effect of microinsurance on the financial resilience through the precautionary savings. So we have our table 7. Table 7 displays that result. So the Probit instrumental variable model suggests that microinsurance has a negative significant impact on the precautionary savings. This is likely because microinsurance provides a much better safety net for households against unexpected shocks such as illness, death, or natural disasters compared to precautionary savings. Leave it here so we can see it properly. So when households have microinsurance, they are more confident in their ability to withstand financial shocks, hence a decrease in the reliance on precautionary savings as a risk management tool. So we move to the main objective, right, which is to assess the impact of microinsurance on the financial resilience, now using both income and precautionary savings. So we have figure 1 and figure 2. They are down here. So figure 1 and figure 2, they present the propensity score matching of income and precautionary savings. This is figure 1, the A for the income and the B for the precautionary savings. Then we have here the second figure, before and after matching. So the A here for the income and the B for the precautionary savings. So we start by interpreting this one. So the figure 1, from the figure 1 and B, we can see that the upper side has to do with the treated or the microinsurance adopters, both in income and then in precautionary savings. They are here. And then below, so below here, it's the untreated, so the microinsurance non-adopters for the income and microinsurance non-adopters for the precautionary savings. So the figure 1 shows that each respondent in the analysis has a positive probability of adopting microinsurance, and that each adopter of microinsurance has a corresponding non-adopter of the microinsurance policy. So when we move now to the before and after matching, okay, so this is before for the income and then after for the income, before for the precautionary saving and after for the precautionary saving. So we can see that the figure 2 demonstrates no significant differences in the covariant distribution between the treated, so the microinsurance adopters, the line is red, and the microinsurance non-adopters, the line is blue. And the same here, red for the microinsurance adopters and blue for the non-microinsurance adopters. But then after, so this is for the row before the matching, and but then after the matching, we found no significant differences between the adopters and the non-adopters of microinsurance. We can see it here. It's following the same pattern. So after that, because we are using propensity score matching, so we went ahead to check the average effect of microinsurance on the financial resilience through the income. So table 8 and table 9 deal with that average effect, and table 10, okay, this table 8, and then table 10 handles the sensitivity test for the average effect of microinsurance on income. Then we also have the average effect of microinsurance on precautionary savings. These are just tables I mentioned up there. So yeah, the impact of microinsurance on financial resilience through precautionary saving. The average effect also. So we have table 11 and table 12. There, yeah, 11 and 12, and we have the sensitivity test in table 13. Table 13 is here. Oh no, table 13 is down here. So we are concluding the study. So this at the conclusion section, of course, we call the purpose of the study, the methodology, the findings, its implication, but we are more focused on the recommendation. So we are here. So the paper recommends that policy makers should promote microinsurance as a means of enhancing the financial resilience of low-income groups. Furthermore, policymakers should prioritize the improvement of trust in the financial sector and address income inequalities, as these factors may hinder the adoption of microinsurance as those factors may hinder the adoption of microinsurance among the poor. And the conclusion section ends with proposing the upcoming studies. So we have the reference section. We have the reference section here. This is where we have all the sources used to write the paper. And the paper ends with the author's biography. And the paper has no appendix. So yeah, I think that's it for today's video. So in case you want to get the electronic version of this paper, so you can Google the name of the main author or the third author, and then I'm pretty sure the ResearchGate or academia profile will just pop up. Then you go for the academia and the ResearchGate profile rather. You go there and then you get the title, you will see the abstract, you will see the DOI, then you press the DOI, it will lead you to where you can get fully access to the electronic version of the paper, but it's not open access, it's closed access, so you need to log in with your institution email address to have access to that. And yeah, so while you will be in our ResearchGate and profile, why not also go through the papers each of us has published so far and then make good use of it. Thank you.